maybe the most important reason why you are here today, maybe the most important reason why I'm here today. Success. What is success? Why success? Who defines success? What is the term for success? Your definition of success might be different than my definition of success. Jeff Bezos' definition of success might be different than your neighbor's definition of success. So we are here in this chapter not just to discuss what does success mean, be philosophical, be spiritual, be thinking, be interesting. No, I'm not here to do any of that. I'm here to tell you how to get there. And this is, again, one of the most important things that no one seems to take the trouble to tell anyone. How do you get to a point where you can say like, I'm pretty successful? What are the tiny things that people do? How did I start? How did Diplo start? How did David start? How did Armin start? And of course, I can tell you all their life stories. But instead of telling their life stories, I want to tell you my takeaway from their life stories and my takeaway from my own life story. And one thing that we all have in common, of course, being hard work. But how did we do the hard work? How did we do the smart work? So instead of saying like, yeah, well, you just got to work hard. No, I'm going to tell you what to do. How to make sure you're ahead of the pack. How to make sure you're ahead of your competition. How to make sure that you get to where you want to be. Not maybe, not hope, but actually get there. So, the many roads of success. We talked about this in multiple subjects in little pieces, but we never at one point really sat down and was like, okay, so how do we make that success? How do we network successfully? How do we promote successfully? How do we market successfully? How do we produce successfully? How do we DJ successfully? So that we made this little chapter just for you to keep your focus sharp, so you know no matter what you do it successfully. You wake up successfully. You eat successfully. You drink successfully. You play a video game successfully. The way I do it, the way I define it, quite simply, is a little bit of a mix between success and efficiency. If I'm efficient at something, I will probably be more successful at it as my counterpart or as my competition. So when I go in the studio and I only have a set amount of time, I try to think like, okay, what do I need to take away from this? So the first key of success is defining when are you successful before you do anything. So before you start making a song, if you finally have that time in the studio, you have like 2 hours available, you got to think like, okay, what do I need to have by the end of these 2 hours? So you're not going to sit down and go, oh, I'm having some fun. No, you're going to like sit down and you're going to do work. So the key thing is, before you start anything, you need to know what's going to be the takeaway. If you have limited music studio time available for yourself, if you have limited time to do a meeting, you need to set goals like, what is going to be my takeaway of success? And don't think big. Don't think like, this song needs to get signed to Tomorrowland Music, or this song needs to get signed to WoW or to Spinning or to Universal. It's like, think small. Think, where are you now? Where you want to be? And how much closer can you get to that in that time? So say, for example, okay, today I'm going to make some music, and I've been making music for a while now. Today I want to make a song that's going to impress someone that I love. It's going to impress my partner. Maybe it's going to be a song that you're going to make to impress someone that you want to be your partner. I don't know. It's like, you can have all your reasons. The most important thing is set a little goal that you can reach within the time that you have. If you have 2-3 hours available, say, okay, you know what? Today I'm going to make a record that's going to be better than my last record. I want to make a song with a melody and chord progression that I really, really, really like going to stick with me. When you go into a session with a thought like this, you will make something better than your last record. If you want to make a record that's mixed better than your last record, you're going to put extra emphasis on that. So you're going to say, okay, I'm going to do this session and I'm going to make a record that's better mixed than any of the records I ever did. You will make it. Only thing is, don't expect it to happen automatically. Find the tools for what your goal is. So if you say, today I want to make a record with a better progression and a better melody or more catchier melody than I've ever done, go to YouTube, figure out how to make catchier melodies, Look at my tutorial, how to make catchier melodies, how to make progression sounds better. Do these type of things, and then you have the tools to actually make a better song. A lot of people, they think like, okay, you know what? Today I'm going to do it. I'm just going to do it. I'm going to sit down. I'm going to make a better melody. La, 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 la. That's not how you become successful. You become successful by setting a goal and studying how other people got to this goal. Information, knowledge is key. Knowledge is the path to success, no matter how you define success. So what you're going to do, no matter what you do, you're going to study how to do it better, how to do it more efficiently, how to get ahead in the time that you have. We don't all have time to go to the studio all day. I know you're very busy. So when you do have 2 hours, how can you be as efficient as possible with this? Maybe when you're on the train or when you're in the car from work, you can check out some tutorials. Maybe you can read about music theory. Maybe you can prepare how to set yourself up for success when going into a studio session. Get information. Of course, when you're primed and ready and you have all this information to your availability and you know what you want, then the next step is ensure it. Push yourself. Make sure it is what you want it to be. Make sure it's going where you want it to be. Again, you're not going to set goals that are like, I want to play main stage Tomorrowland next week. Like the festival is not even in a week. So it's like you're going to have a very small chance of realizing that. But instead think like, okay, how could I get my record played by someone at Tomorrowland? That's still a very big goal, but it's a lot more easy to put the steps to that. So, okay, you want your record played at Tomorrowland. Just a hypothetical example. I want my record played by one of the DJs on Tomorrowland. So first I'm going to look. Who's playing Tomorrowland? I think there's about 300 DJs. So you write the name down of all these 300 DJs. You make a little list. You have 300 DJs that are playing Tomorrowland. That means there's 300 people that could potentially play your track. Now you have to see what type of music do you make, what type of music do you like, and what type of artists play this type of music that you like. Or if you are really obsessed with success, you don't care about what music you like, you care about those 300 DJs, you start going through these 300 DJs, and you start checking their track list one by one. You will have people that you like for example, if I want my track played by Hardwell, I'm like, okay, this is an interesting approach. I'm going to check out his sets to figure out which one of my songs or what type of song I should make to get played by him. Same thing with the Dimitri Vegas like Mike, same thing with the Armin van Buuren, same thing for a Charlotte de Witte techno track. So I'm going to find these artists, I'm going to look at their sets, and I'm going to listen the whole thing. Well, of course, this is not what you do when you're in the studio, but this is what you do when you're on the way from work, on the way to school, when you're in the gym, instead of watching Netflix, watch these sets. Instead of watching your favorite movie, watch these sets, study, get to where you want to be. And probably, like I said before, your only talent is your passion. Like, how much do you really love it? If you really love it, you don't mind watching 300 sets of 300 artists. So you have this list, you listen to this music, you know what they're about, and then you gotta say, okay, I think this track might fit. Check it, A/B it, reference it, see if it sounds fat enough. And if you finally have that record that you think like, okay, this really fits in their set, you need to get it to them. Now, where a lot of DJs, again, this is like a very clear path to success. A lot of people, they start like, okay, I want to get my record to this DJ. I'm just going to send it to the DJ. No, send it to the DJ's friend. Send it to the DJ's producer. Send it to the DJ's manager. Send it to the DJ's assistant. Send it to the DJ's gardener if he has a gardener. Like, send it to everyone around him, and then it might get to him too. Also send it to him. But like, of course, like the DJ probably gets 1 million DMs a day and comments and music sent. So he's not going to listen to it. But the people around him might listen to it. And they might say like, yo, you should check this out. I got this record for you. I think you will love it. So you have to be next level. You have to be strategic. You have to think like, okay, how did these people get here? How do I get my music there? So again, if hypothetically you want to get a track played at Tomorrowland by one of the DJs playing at Tomorrowland, make a list of the DJs, look at what they play, make sure your music fits, send it to them, send it to the people around them, and then hope. But of course now, by doing this, again, like we're talking about success in a definition of competitive success, having more success than your peers. If you made an okay song, but you did what I just told you, there's a way bigger chance it's going to get played than someone else that just made a great song, but only sent it to the DJ, and the DJs didn't check it out. So the DJ didn't hear it, so he didn't hear the great song, so he's not going to play the great song, and no one will ever hear the great song, and then the great song will never be actually a great song because no one heard it. So this is the main thing I'm trying to explain you. Success is not only a thing that's reachable by the extremely lucky talented by accident. Success is something that's reachable even if you're not the best composer, you're not the best mixer. It's achievable for people that go the extra mile to make sure people actually see what they're trying to do, that they hear their music. You got to put yourself out there in every possible way. Continuing on the path of success, like if you go in the studio and you want to make a successful song, again, you can sit down, just try to play around, play some melodies, mess around a little bit, hope it works out, or you can be strategic. Again, look at the chord progressions used, look at the melodies used, look at the type of kick used. Look at, on the spectrum, on the equalizer, where's the kick? Is it at 100 hertz? Is it at 60 hertz? If you're looking at 10 tech house records and all 10 tech house records that did very well have their kick at 100 hertz, how is your kick going to do it at 30 hertz? Strategic input. I'm not saying your kick is wrong. I'm just saying you should check if your kick is not wrong. Does your kick fit in the box of what you are currently trying to achieve? Does your hi-hat fit in the box of what you're currently trying to achieve? A-B, reference. This doesn't even just go for the studio. This goes with everything you do. Like, with all due respect, if you're a business guy and you're wearing a nice blue collar and like a little blazer and fancy Italian shoes, this is a very, very unique thing which could really help you sell yourself as an artist. But now I can also tell you that if you're just coming in, this could also be weird for people and they could be weirded out by it. Now, I'm not saying adjust yourself to society's vision of what's normal, but I am saying statistically, there's a bigger chance you get accepted into their culture if you wear an oversized black t-shirt and some chain and you cut your hair short like, I don't know, like the tech house hairdo. There's so many like cultural aspects that make things standard. So what I'm saying is like still wear your blue collar and put an oversized t-shirt on top of it. Like dabble a little bit in their culture, play around a little bit. Wear your suit but wear sneakers. Wear sneakers but don't wear a suit. Wear Italian shoes but don't wear a suit. Like play around with it. Figure out how you can get into where you want to be as quickly as possible, as efficiently as possible. I'm not saying you have to. You're completely free to creatively be whoever you are. But accept the facts of statistics and statistical consequences. You know? If I go to my residency in Las Vegas and I play the most underground set I ever played, I will personally maybe feel like I played the best set I ever played. But you have to accept that the club and the club owner and the club manager and the people in the club might not accept it, because the people that go to Las Vegas do not go to Las Vegas for underground music experience. They go to have fun. They just want to have a fun party. So when I go to Las Vegas and I'm going to play there, I'm going to play a fun party. Because even if I would follow my heart and go completely underground, I would also have to suffer the consequences of losing my residency, because 1,000 people in the club did not understand what I was playing. The club manager did not understand what I was playing. The club manager is looking at the balance sheet at the end of the night. It's like, oh my God, we actually lost money. People came back to the bar and they returned their alcohol. That's how much they did not understand the music. I'm not saying this will happen, but I'm saying if you want to be successful, you have to accept the statistical rules of society, of whatever culture that it is that you want to dabble in. Be it tech house, be it techno, be it whatever. Like, it's very, unfortunate, and it's not fun, and it's not original, and it's not the fairy tale. But I'm not, again, here to tell you a fairy tale. I'm here to give you tools to advance to where it is that you want to be. And the most important piece of advice I can give you. Like, when you feel like personally, like, I don't want to change who I am. You don't change who you are. You're doing a job. You're doing what you love. You just mask it to people that don't understand you. You know, you don't have to feel that who you are as an artist is who you are 100% as a person. Most of the people that will listen to your music won't even know you. They won't even know your name. They're like, oh yeah, I love that song. Who is that? I don't know. They don't follow you on Instagram. They don't follow you on Twitter. They don't know your dog's name. They don't care. They don't care what you eat. They don't care what you like to eat. They just like your song. What do you think when I'm playing at a festival that literally everyone there is like, oh my God, that's the guy that loves Family Guy and The Simpsons and loves peanut butter sandwiches and French fries with mayonnaise and sometimes pancakes. No, they're like, oh yeah, that's the guy with those songs. I heard he's pretty good. So before you judge yourself and put yourself in harm's way by saying like, yeah, who I am as an artist needs to be 100% exactly who I am as a person because everyone will judge me based on that. No, don't take it so personal. Like we had this lesson before, don't take it personal. And I'm telling you again, success is not personal. Biggest thing, when you do get successful, you start noticing that people pretend to have been there for every step of the way. Oh yeah, I love Family Guy too, man. It's like, no, just because now you're successful, they start going through your history and say like, oh yeah, I associate with this person. Before that, they don't. Right now, they don't. So don't worry about that. Don't worry about what type of pants they think you wear. What is your style? How would you describe your style? That's why I always said, like, what would you describe your music? Afrojack music, because I have no idea what genre it is. And I do not want to be bound to genres. I want to be able to do whatever I want. Now, that happens to reflect my personality, which is a nice plus for your brand and makes it easier for people to understand who you are. But when I started out, I also adjusted. I also started wearing a fancy Balenciaga jacket. I also started trying to wear the newest sneakers to live up to the hype. You know, I love sneakers, but at some point I said, you know what? People are asking so much for the newest, coolest sneakers. Like, I'm not gonna get sucked into that. And it's the same thing with success. Don't get sucked into the fallacy of being cool or being credible. Be you. It's already unique enough. And when you make a song that people like, nothing matters. Only the song and your attitude. If you're a nice guy, if you're humble, if you're respectful to the people around you, everyone will celebrate you. Don't ever take it for granted. If you take it for granted or you feel like you're supposed to be there and everyone else is just lucky to be around you, you will fall down very quickly. And yeah, so take all that, put it together, and remember this on your path to success. So you do this, you will get to success a lot quicker. Be strategic, be smart, be mindful, and be nice. You do those things, you will heavily outshine your competition. Mostly, and again, mostly, that's the reason why I'm so convinced of your potential as an artist, as a producer, as a DJ. Mostly because your competitors, they don't even take the time to watch a tutorial. They sit behind the piano and they think like, oh, I'm just going to play something and it's going to be good. If it's not good, I'm not talented. They don't think about watching a tutorial. And they definitely don't think that after watching a tutorial, they should watch another tutorial. I'm watching tutorials every day. I've been making music for 25 years. I don't need to watch tutorials, but I want to watch tutorials because I want to ensure my success for a lifetime. I want to be successful now. I want to be successful in 10 years. Not because of my ego, just because it makes my life easier and more fun. It's very nice to be able to fly wherever you want, whenever you want, and enjoy life without having to go here, or you have to work, or I can't today because I have work. I never want to be in that situation again. And if you're in that situation right now, I'm telling you, you don't have to be in that situation, but you need to be strategic. It's not fun. It's not creative. It's hard work, but it's smart work. Working very hard without strategically thinking about the hard work that you're doing will make you work very hard for very little. If you work very smart, you're still going to have to work very hard, but you will probably get a better equation at the end when you reach the point of, hey, success. It will level itself out. And again, this is so important to me personally, because no one told me. People just told me, yeah, work hard and it will work out. It doesn't work that way. You have to work smart. You have to get smart. You have to understand how the business works. How does the promoter work? Because if you don't think about the promoter when you go to the club, and like I would do that underground set in Las Vegas, I just have a question mark why they didn't ask me back. But a question mark doesn't pay the bills. A question mark doesn't let you, live your life as you want. A question mark doesn't let you DJ in front of people. You know what makes you DJ in front of people? A happy club owner, a happy promoter. So the thing that you have to think about when you go and DJ is, who am I? Very important. Creativity, congruency. You have to be you. And then second of all, how does this fit the situation to make the promoter and the club owner happy? Of course, also very important, the consumer, but it's very simple. If the people on the dance floor are happy, the promoter will be happy, the club owner will be happy. So you take all these things into account before you prepare for a DJ set. That's the difference between someone that consistently does good sets and someone that sometimes does a good set, sometimes doesn't. But the thing is, success is usually reserved for the people that are consistent. Like, with all due respect, every genre like this is the same. Even the most underground scene. If you look at Ricardo Villalobos and Luciano, they do not go on stage and start playing drum and bass for 3 hours because they feel like it. Because they know their fans would not understand it. You go see Solomon. I love Solomon. He's maybe one of my favorite DJs in the whole world. When he plays for 8 hours, he might play a drum and bass track because he feels like it. But he will not play German schlagers for 2 hours because he feels like it. And then 3 hours of drum and bass and maybe an hour of old school big room EDM. Because that doesn't fit his fan base. Even if he would love it personally, he will not play that. He will not play the full Michael Jackson album. He might do it now because I said this and it's like, playing a full Michael Jackson Thriller album is pretty underground and pretty cool. He's probably not going to play a full album. So I'm just saying, like, even in the underground where people say like, oh no, I'm just fully creative, I never think about the consequences. Everyone's thinking about the consequences because everyone is trying to protect their brand. So if you really want to go out there and be original as you are, it's not going to work out because that's not how society works. It's how society talks. And these are like the secret rules that people don't talk about. These are the secrets that get you from where you are to where you want to be. This is like the secret, the secret doorman. This is the secret code. You tell the doorman to let you in the club through the back door. No, there is no back door. There is no back door. Oh yeah, no, it's okay. Come to the back door. Mind blown. You know, there's a famous saying in a song. It's like an old school house song. And it's like, yeah, I'm on the guest list. And then the guy says, Miss Thing, there is no guest list tonight. It's like, there is a guest list. You're just not on it. So figure out how to get on the guest list. Strategic information, growth. There's a DJ called I Had Models, and his song was just used as the soundtrack for Prada, and he was attending the fashion show. A guy named I Hate Models. This is what they tell you. This is what they tell you. This is how it actually works. So do not get distracted by what they tell you. It's fake. It's a fairy tale. It's designed to keep you in your place where you are. You know, it is very funny, and I always think back about this. DJ Khaled always says this. They don't want you to win. It's actually true. They don't. Your neighbor doesn't want you to win. Society doesn't want you to win. All the big DJs out there, they don't want you to win. That's why no one ever said it. They do it. They know it. When I'm in the studio with them, we talk about it. They're not going to tell you. I made the choice to tell you because I think it's fun. And I've been doing artist development for so long. I've seen it happen. And the biggest thing that always hurts me when I see people in our demo streams, when I see people and they say like, yeah, it's not working for me, or it's not in the cards. It's like, you've been brainwashed. It is in the cards. You just been brainwashed not to try to find the cards. So I'm telling you now, it is in the cards. You just need to find the cards. Go find the cards. It's written in the stars. Yes, you just need to find the right star. If you're looking over there, but it's over there, it's going to be a very difficult situation.